There are only a handful of places left on Earth where humans and animals live in complete harmony. In the heart of Africa, in Kenya, lies the Masai Mara. I came here 1 year ago while building 100 wells throughout Africa, where I met the Maasai tribe, an ancient nomadic group that have preserved their culture and way of living for centuries. But just like we see in other places across the globe, greed and human ignorance pose the biggest threat to the natural world.
Animals find their habitat threatened by human activities.
Plastic has reached every corner of the globe.
This threatens everyone.
1 million animals around the world are now at risk of extinction.
But there is a glimmer of hope. This is the Masai Mara Wildlife Conservancies Association, a group of local Masai people that are doing everything they can to preserve what's left through a combination of traditional methods and modern-day techniques like data science and analysis, ridding poaching almost entirely and protecting the remaining natural resources. But there are now more pressing challenges being faced that nobody is talking about. So Dan and Darren went back to the Masai Mara to see how we can further help this community. And not far from the campsite, Dan and Darren came across something extraordinary. This is Elizabeth, one of the endangered white rhinos the rangers protect.
What a beautiful animal.
It's unbelievable, like
The power, you can feel it.
27 years you've been with these animals.
Yeah.
So they're like children to you.
Yes.
These rangers work day and night to ensure the protection of these endangered animals. And because they are all local Maasai people, they have a deeper understanding of who they are as shepherds of the wildlife.
When we arrived at the campsite, we met with Daniel, the CEO of the Maasai Conservancies, to find out what other challenges they are facing.
If you look at the last 40 years, scientific information shows a decline of wildlife numbers, and nearly 40% of the wildlife have been lost. And this was as a result of habitat destructions in particular.
The downfall in the Mara all started 60 years ago when the land was divided and given to the Maasai people for private ownership. This led to investors buying the land for development and exploitation of resources. Many Maasai had no choice but to accept the money, abandoning their ancestral heritage and putting the habitat that millions of Maasai and animals rely on at risk of being destroyed. To combat this problem, the Conservancies came up with a plan to incentivize landowners to lease their land to the Maasai Conservancy in return for a monthly payment so that they could preserve their territory and traditions.
This idea of conservation